Welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you haven't watched my other videos, I pretty much like to share my journey and knowledge on how to become more financially literate and stable as a teen. Today, I'll be talking about my step-by-step plan on how I will get $100,000 by the time I'm 18 years old. So before you guys call me out and say this high school girl is crazy and doesn't know what she's talking about, let me explain. I started my trading journey when I was 12. And at that time, I really only dabbed into paper trading, so I wasn't really that consistent or serious about it. And I didn't really put too much time into it because I was busy selling snacks at my middle school. More on that later. I didn't really start taking my trading seriously until I was about 15 years old, and it took some time to convince my mom to allow me to trade and open a brokerage account for me. But since my brother does trading as his job, she became open to allowing me to trade as long as I use my own money. So to raise capital to fund my own account, I started having a snack business at my middle school, selling snacks every single day for a year. But sadly, my snack business was put to an end because more and more people started stealing from me, and I was getting less customers, slowing down my revenue and cash flow. And since it wasn't an actual business with insurance or anything like that, or security, I started getting discouraged when people started stealing from me and decided to stop selling snacks. But after everything, I still managed to make about $3,000, so it definitely worked out in the end. And I also did room cleaning for my school for $14 an hour, and I made about $3,500 from that. But I explained more about how I made money in middle school and high school in my first video, my Roth IRA portfolio at 15. So make sure you guys checked out that video if you haven't already. And I wanted to put my money to use, so I started studying charts, watching videos throughout my journey so far. And of course it was not easy. I had to stay up a lot of nights because of the time zone here and studied hundreds of charts. And since the time zone is really different here in Hawaii, I lost money a bunch of times during the process because I wasn't awake. And actually, in my first month of trading, I was down like 20% of my entire account. And this made me realize that to be profitable, I needed to set a consistent strategy and be disciplined with my entries and stop losses. So now let's talk more numbers. If you watched my previous videos, you can see that I started my trading account at $500 back in January of 2025, so this year. And my first month I was down around $40. And I feel like it was because I just kind of jumped into trading and I didn't study that many charts, read enough books, or watched enough videos. And the 2 months prior to that, I started with $200, and I was also down like $40 on that because I was not taking good entries or having all my trades correctly. And I also didn't have a tight stop loss or a proper risk management. But then month by month, I observed more charts and read the VPA book, tracked a bunch of statistics on my pattern, and refined my trading plan with each trade. I started to finally go back into the green after a month, and every month since then I started consistently gaining a few $100s, which is a huge chunk in my account. And as my gains slowly snowballed into my other trades, this started to really compound to where I started getting multiple hundreds of dollars per trade and even $1,000 trade. So I currently have been able to grow my account over 6,000%, which means that my account is now at $4,000 at the moment making this video. And now you guys are probably wondering, how the heck am I gonna get $100,000 by the time I'm 18 years old, so in 2 years, or actually less than that. So let me show you guys through the compounding calculator. So if I put how much money I have in my account currently, and let's have the annual addition be 0, and have 1 year to grow it. And since I was able to grow my account 600%, I'm gonna put the interest rate at 600% and have this compound one time annually. This would be $28,000. Now let's get this $28,000, put it as my current principal, and do the same thing. It would be way over $100,000. But this is definitely unrealistic, and the market's probably just working in my favor right now, but I think you could get my point. Since my trading strategy primarily focuses on the mean reversion, one formula that has helped me a lot is the Kelly criterion, which you guys should definitely watch a video about that. Like how much I lose on average per trade, and then my average gain per trade, and my checklist criteria for entries and exits. I was able to put these numbers into the Kelly criterion formula. This then calculated the most optimal position size for each trade and how I could compound my account and grow it at the most efficient rate using my strategy. Growing my account this consistently might be really unrealistic, but I'm confident enough that if I'm able to trade half as good with the same consistency as I was able to all year, I would be able to grow my account $100,000 plus within 2 years. And of course, if I grow my account to a bigger size, I might react differently on how I trade, and it might have a mental effect on my trading performance, especially when you start to have swing trades where you could gain thousands or lose thousands of dollars per trade. Also, another factor is that small market cap companies has hot seasons and pretty much dead seasons, so it has plenty of ups and downs within the year. But if I'm able to stay disciplined with a consistent strategy and tight risk management, I do think that my account will be able to compound at a very quick rate until I hit a liquidity limit on the small cap market. Staying consistent and keeping a tight risk management will probably be the most important factors for me to be able to grow my account to $100,000 plus. I have to always follow my rules because if I don't, then I would likely lose any money that I've gained during the process. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and will be able to join me on my journey to hopefully gain $100,000 before I'm 18 years old. I hope my journey will inspire you guys to be a consistent trader too. And thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and you should definitely check out my other videos. And if you have any comments or suggestions for any future videos, then leave it down in the comment section below. And yeah, bye.